Why aren't swimmers paid more? Don't be fooled. This is just a $20 bill wrapped around a ton of ones. Movie magic, baby. With FINA changing their name to World Aquatics, for some reason it sparked a lot of conversation about how athletes, especially in swimming, aren't compensated as much as they would like to or they think that they should. Now, I think the best way to tackle this question is to first understand why athletes get paid in the first place. And if you have any general understanding of commerce or the corporate world, it's not going to be too shocking, the next bullet points that I go through. But let's just go ahead and rifle them off. You bring in more money than you're being paid. No company really wants to run at net even on an employee. It's just kind of the way it works. You want to make them more money than they're paying you so that you have job security and you can stick around. That's really all there is to it. And so why do athletes get paid? I mean, you sell tickets, you sell merchandise, and you help build the brand and potentially bring in other employees and other athletes that are going to help do that same exact thing. And that's really it. That's why you're getting paid. And if I'm missing anything in any of these bullet points that I go through, please go down in the comments, call me an idiot. Like I was never a professional swimmer, but I do understand the professional swimming landscape pretty well. And I understand the sponsorship side of things pretty well as well. But I got thick skin. I'm not too big-headed to think that I'm going to get everything right. So go down there and comment something. I don't care. All right, but so how do swimmers make money then? I mean, you have like 4 or 5 things. It's really about it outside of like going to get a part-time job at a variety of different things. So I mean, you can win prize money. You can go to like the Tier Pro Series. You can go to the World Cup. You can go to a variety of different meets and collect money on these one-off occasions that are incredibly high-pressure situations, make or break. You get DQ'd, boom, there goes 10 grand, right? Sounds fun. You can get paid by USA Swimming or your federation or whoever runs swimming in your country. They can pay you a monthly salary, yearly salary. I'm not really sure which one it is for wherever you are, but you can get money. It's not going to be a ton of money. Maybe if you're, a mega star, you'll get paid more than, someone that's a little bit lower on the totem pole, but that's just kind of the way things work. But unfortunately in swimming, we have Katie Ledecky's and Michael Phelps and Ryan Lochte's. They get all this money and then there's nobody else. You've got some of the best athletes in the world making less than an entry-level employee in pretty much any industry. And then you've got endorsements and sponsorships. You can go get a suit contract. You can get a chocolate milk sponsorship, which is a big thing in swimming for some reason. And some of those can pay pretty well, but we go back to the thing where you have a Lochte, a Phelps, all these big names, you get these huge contracts, and then the other ones is just really like scooping up what you can and hoping to be able to subsidize the amount of money and time that you're investing into this dream that you have to become, typically for us in this sport, unfortunately, an Olympian. And then you can do lessons and clinics. And unfortunately, we're going to go back to a point that I just made. If you do hit that jackpot and you do become an Olympian, that's where the real money comes in. If you're not, the price tag's not going to be the same on you going out and doing a clinic for some reason. And I mean, the reason is pretty good. You're the best in the world, and that's the tag that we've gone with in this sport is Olympian. And a world championship team qualifier is just nowhere near in the same category as that. You're going to make a good amount of money though. Now, where do other athletes make their money? Other athletes make their money in very similar ways. The big one that's missing, so I'm not going to go relist all the things that I just said, but they're all very similar. The one that's missing is you get these huge team-sponsored contracts. $500 million over 10 years. $100 million over 5 years. But those are just made-up numbers. You have these huge contracts that these teams give you so that everything else is just kind of, sweetening the pot. You do a Polo Ralph Lauren cologne ad, you get a little extra money on top of your $500 million that you're guaranteed by the time you're 42. It's a different world. And the ISL tried to solve that problem. It didn't quite work out. Hopefully, maybe something will happen in the future. But, I mean, you will run into the same problem trying to figure out why athletes get paid in the first place. Sell tickets, get butts in seats, sell merchandise, do all that stuff. We're back to that same problem. So where's the disconnect? Well, we don't have that pro league. We don't have a typical schedule of events that will run each year. You have baseball, it's 162 games in the year. No way. Those oh, wow. Mike Trout made $500 million. No way. It's because they have 162 games in the year. People want to come out and watch him play. Half of those are at home. He doesn't even go to the playoffs. The Angels don't even go to the playoffs. Mike Trout and Shohei Ohtani and all these guys on the Angels are getting paid 9-figure contracts just to play in the regular season. And I mean, the annual season thing, you're probably sitting there. I guarantee you there's somebody sitting there right now like, well, we're not going to ever be baseball. All right, well, cool. How about track? In my opinion, track is 5 years ahead of us right now in terms of creating a palatable event schedule for the casual fan, for the elite fan as well. You ever heard of Diamond League? If you haven't, go look it up because their schedule is getting longer and longer, and eventually they're going to figure out how to have athletes run fast 15, 20, 30 times a year and get paid more and more money to go run in those races. Get flown around, get more money, more fans, more butts and seats. Stepping stones, baby. Stepping stones. And if you think I just sit here and ramble, I do sometimes, but I do have like talking points and stuff. And for this one, I just wrote down ramble points because there's some things that I just think about often that I kind of wanted to rifle through and see where it takes me. So buckle up and let's see what the hell happens here, huh? So I think something that people don't understand very well in swimming for some reason is the fact that you as an athlete are the product. You are the product. You are your own company. You can make it as valuable as you want. You could be a 5,200 flyer long course as a guy and make more money than a guy that's a 50.1. You absolutely could. You could get third at Olympic trials and make more money than the guy that made the team. And there's probably people out there right now that are like, no, come on, dude. Reality check. Reality check yourself. The disparity in the middle class, we'll call it the middle class of swimming, should be massive. You should have people that are really figuring out how to be exciting and valuable to the swimming community and helping bring fans into it that are making more money than their peers. Their peers can look over and go, maybe I should start doing some of that stuff. And some of that stuff could be swimming fast. It could be breaking world records. Sure. It's a lot of pressure to put on yourself, though. It's a lot of pressure to put on yourself to make an Olympic team, to break a world record, to be financially sustainable. And then we put all this pressure on ourselves to break these world records and go super fast. And we go up to Olympic trials where, as I mentioned prior, first and second make the team, your clinic rate goes up, you start making money, you get tatted, you get paid, you get third, boom, 4-year jail sentence in a pool, 25-meter, 50-meter, probably a little bit of both. Then you get to try it again. You're on probation for Olympic trials for 9 days. Good luck. Hopefully you don't have to go back to the 4-year jail sentence trying to figure out how to swim faster in that bucket of water so you can get paid for once. And then we wonder why we have mental health issues in our sport. I mean, imagine if your job, you train all this time to be the greatest project manager on earth, and then you have this one test. You have one test where they give you a product and they say, make it incredible, and then 2 guys next to you do it a little bit better than you, and your career's over. You're done. 4 more. You try it again in 4 more years. We're going to pay you $10,000 a year for 4 years, and then if you hit it, then maybe you can make $1 million. Exciting, right? Terrifying if you're an athlete. Terrifying. How do you solve that? Try to teach athletes how to make more money. Make more money and make third place valuable at Olympic trials, and then we're making progress. Next video, why do athletes, especially in swimming, have mental health issues? I was there. I'm not going to be speaking from a medical perspective. I'm going to be speaking from a guy on Twitter that had a decent career and is now recording videos in his bedroom because swimming doesn't pay enough money for me to have a studio yet, so I have a ring light. Thanks for watching. Comment below. Yell at me for making points that you don't like. I love reading them. Ta-ta.